Chapter 1. Maria woke up early every day before the sun rose to begin her work. The village was still quiet, and the morning air was cool. She walked outside to the barn where her buffalo waited. She had raised it from a baby, and it had become her only companion. Every morning, Maria made sure to feed the buffalo first, even before she did anything else. It was her habit, and it was important to her. Maria worked hard for the family. She cooked, cleaned, and did everything for her husband, John, his new wife, Elena, and her mother-in-law, Rosa. Since Elena had become John's new wife, Maria was expected to serve them without question. Maria did not complain. She remembered the village chief's words, "Let Maria stay. She has nowhere else to go." But staying here with Elena in the house was not easy. One morning, after Maria finished cutting grass for the buffalo, she saw something shocking. Elena, John's new wife, was talking to a man who looked like a traitor. Maria watched carefully from a distance. She saw Elena give the man a bundle of money, and then, to her horror, she saw Elena lead the buffalo away. Maria felt a rush of panic. She had to act fast. She ran inside the house, her heart pounding. Chapter 2.
John, Rosa.
Maria called, her voice shaking.
I saw Elena sell the buffalo to a trader. She took it away. She sold it.
John looked at her with confusion in his eyes.
"What are you saying, Maria?"
he asked, his voice calm but distant.
"Elena's a good woman. Why would she do that?"
Maria's heart sank.
But I saw her, John. She was with a man, and she sold the buffalo.
Elena entered the room, looking calm and confident as she smiled at Maria, but there was something cold in her eyes.
"Maria, you're imagining things. I would never do such a thing,"
Elena said sweetly, but Maria could hear the hidden sarcasm in her voice.
"Why would I sell the buffalo? It's not like we need the money."
Rosa, sitting in the corner of the room, turned to Maria.
"Maria, stop making up stories. Elena is a good woman. She wouldn't do that to us."
Maria's eyes filled with tears.
I'm not lying. I saw it with my own eyes. Please, you have to believe me.
But John shook his head.
"Maria, you've been through a lot. Maybe you're imagining things. Elena is new here, and she's part of the family now. She wouldn't steal from us."
Maria stood there, feeling the weight of their disbelief.
Please, just check the barn. The buffalo is gone.
But they didn't listen. They didn't believe her. They turned away, dismissing her. Elena spoke again, her voice calm and sweet.
"Maria, maybe you've been working too hard. You should rest. I'm sure everything is fine."
She gave Maria a small, almost pitying smile. Chapter 3. Maria couldn't understand. She had worked so hard, and they refused to believe her. She ran to the barn, hoping against hope that something would make sense. But when she reached the barn, the buffalo was gone. No, Maria whispered, her voice breaking. The place where the buffalo had always slept was empty. She looked around, hoping she was wrong, but it was true. The buffalo was gone. With a heavy heart, Maria went back to the house. It's true, she said, her voice barely above a whisper.
The buffalo is gone. Elena sold it. I told you.
Elena walked into the room and smiled sweetly at Maria, acting innocent.
Maria, you must be confused.
She said with an almost mocking tone.
The buffalo was just taken for some reason. I'm sure it's all a mistake.
John stood up, his face turning red with anger. What did you do with the buffalo, Maria? He yelled. You've stolen it, haven't you? Maria's mouth went dry.
I didn't take it. Elena sold it.
But John didn't believe her.
You must have done something. We trusted you, and now you've stolen from us. You've broken our trust.
Rosa, standing by John's side, looked at Maria coldly.
You've lied to us, Maria. We treated you like family, and you repay us by stealing from us.
Elena stood behind them, looking satisfied. She glanced at Maria with a small, smug smile.
I don't know why you'd steal something like that. It's not like it matters now. You're not going to change anything.
They didn't give Maria a chance to explain. John grabbed her things and threw them outside.
You're not welcome here anymore.
He shouted.
You're a thief.
Maria stood in shock. She couldn't understand what was happening. She was kicked out of the house, left on the street with nothing. She walked away slowly, tears streaming down her face. Elena watched from the window, her face emotionless. She didn't care. She had won. Chapter 4. Later that afternoon, John noticed that Elena was missing. He searched for her everywhere, but she was nowhere to be found. Worried, he walked down to the river and saw a neighbor.
Have you seen Elena?
John asked, his voice tense. The neighbor looked at him with a strange expression. Yes, I saw Elena. She was near the river with a trader. She sold the buffalo to him. She took it away. John froze. His heart began to race. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Without saying another word, John ran back to the house.
Rosa,
He shouted as he entered.
I found out the truth. Elena took the buffalo and sold it to the trader.
Rosa looked at him, her face pale.
What? But Maria said the same thing. We didn't believe her.
John's eyes narrowed.
We were wrong. Maria told the truth. Elena tricked us, but now we have another problem.
He looked around and noticed that his bag of money was missing, and some of their chickens were gone too.
Elena took the money and the chickens. She's taken everything.
John said, his voice full of frustration. Rosa stood silently, her face blank.
I still don't understand how we were so blind. We trusted her, and now we've lost everything.
But neither John nor Rosa felt guilt for blaming Maria. They believed that Maria had done something wrong, even if it wasn't true. They looked around the house, but it felt emptier than ever. Maria was gone, and they felt no remorse for the way they had treated her. Thank you for listening. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more interesting stories in the future. Listen to stories, improve your English, and nurture a more beautiful soul.